Hey everybody, Jeremy here. So today I got the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Red Hood figure from Batman 3 Jokers. I picked this guy up on Amazon. So if you have pre-orders for this guy somewhere like I did at Big Bad Toy Store and yours hasn't shipped yet, take a look at Amazon. It's probably still available, so you'll be able to cancel your pre-order at those other places and just get it in a couple days straight from Amazon. So this Red Hood figure is the first one that I have owned, and it's also one of the figures that unfortunately does not come with any guns, thanks to Warner Brothers' stance on guns with action figures right now. So in this review we're going to try to get a little more creative, see if we can fix that a little bit. But you see him in the box. Now let's take him out the box and see how this figure is. I've always liked the design of the Red Hood's costume. I think it looks really cool, and this figure does that costume a lot of justice. He's got a lot of good things going for him, and I can tell you right up front, this is a good figure. So if you don't have a Red Hood yet, you can pick this one up, and if you miss out on this one, there's going to be another Red Hood soon enough from the Gotham Knights line, so you can pick up that one, and he's going to look a little bit different. But going back to this figure, I really just think that this look in general is cool. You know, you got the leather jacket, you got the red costume underneath, the armor, whatever you want to call it. You got these tactical pants, tactical boots, and then turn them around on the back. Hey, look, there's a Red Hood. But the thing that you're probably going to notice first and foremost, and the thing that's going to stand out to you the most, is his shiny head. It's a great contrast from the rest of the figure, which is just painted matte and flat. But that shiny head really makes you go like, you know, it gives it so almost like a more premium effect. So I do like the shininess of it. Now, when you talk about the accessories for a minute, you get one accessory, a crowbar. And you get a crowbar even though it's Red Hood, because Warner Brothers has this thing about not wanting action figures to come with guns at the moment. So even though guns are a very important part of this character in general, you don't get any guns with him. You just get this crowbar. And if you're going to be looking at the Gotham Knights version, there's also no guns, but you get finger guns. Like, you literally get finger guns with that character. But this is in the 7-inch scale, and even though his accessory is this crowbar here, he does have these open hands. So it gives you an opportunity to try to get a little bit creative and to dig into your accessory pile and try to see if you can find something that'll fit with this character. So that's what I did. I broke open my little Ziploc bag and I pulled out different guns that I think might go along with this figure and might fit him well. And yeah, let me just put one of these in. And there you go. So this is just a pistol that I got. I think it probably came from a NECA Terminator set that had a whole bunch of guns, and this was just one of the pistols that came with it. It might have been Terminator, it might have been something else, but I think that this works good for him. I think that the scale is good for him. But because his hands aren't molded to hold a particular weapon, it could get a little bit weird looking. Like, the gun might not look like it's totally straight, but you know, it's doable. You just have to find the proper pose to get him in order for the gun to, you know, really look cool. Because if you see it from like right here, you see how the gun is kind of slanted at an angle, and I would really like for it to be pointing more towards the side. And I can kind of sort of get it like that, but it's something that you're going to have to kind of work with and just kind of shape a little bit, apply a little bit of heat to his hand so that you can form it if you want him to get, you know, like a really good handle on the weapon. And, you know, his trigger finger or his index finger, that would be a trigger finger, it's not lining up with the trigger on the gun. It's not a fault of the character. It's just what we have to do to hack things together in order to make this more of a natural Red Hood. So it's doable if you have different accessories for him. Like, here's another one I think that came from the Terminator set. This is a shotgun. I think that this shotgun is a pretty decent scale. So if your Red Hood was going to be a shotgun toting guy, I think that can work with him. Also have this very small revolver, also from the Terminator line, and it's going to be smaller, so you know, it still kind of works. And then I'm not sure about this, you know, I don't know what this is. It's like an Uzi or something like that. Can you imagine if he was holding that? Would that look right? It might be a little bit big, but the pistol definitely works. So it's a good opportunity for you to dig back through your collection and grab some accessories that you are not using and apply it to this Red Hood. As far as the crowbar that he gets, is a very basic crowbar. It's just very flat, very gray, nothing to write home about at all. So it's just a very generic, basic accessory. So let's go over some articulation with this guy, and I think that this is where he excels. So his arms and his sleeves of his arms are separate from this jacket, so that means that there isn't any hindrance when you want to move his arms in whichever direction, with the exception, I guess, being if you want to move them straight up, because it would have to come in contact with this. But since it's not all one piece, you are able to like take the arm and move it forward and back like that, and it stands on its own. You also get some double jointed elbows, which I absolutely love. I wish all figures had double jointed elbows. This guy has them. Of course, it's going to be on both arms. You also can swivel at his wrist there. There you go. You can't really hinge it up and down, you know, but check it out. You got the Rookie of the Year kind of pose, fling it forward, you know, kind of like that. It's good stuff. The head doesn't move all that much. I mean, you can move it just a little bit up. It's not really, it's very meh. You can move it down a little bit more, but again, nothing to write home about. And of course, left and right, it's a little bit stiff, but I've seen characters from this line get a much better range with the head pivot, but you can do a little bit. But, you know, since his eyes are whited out, he doesn't have side eyes, so you don't have to worry about that, and you don't have to contend with that. So, you know, your poses will be a lot more easier to pull off. Can't really move him forward and back all that much just using the abdomen. You can go back more than you can go forward. His legs, they splay out pretty darn good. I can feel him getting a little bit looser, but it's okay. So you splay the legs out like that. That's really good. Get some high kicks going and some double jointed knees. There you go. Got that double jointed knee action going on, rotating there at his boot. You got yourself some toe pivot, like a whole lot of toe pivot. Look at that. I mean, it's so much toe pivot. It's just unnatural. You know, it looks really, really weird, but you get it. And he's got these ridges on the bottom of the shoe, so that's a nice touch. So it goes along good with the character, you know. Red Hood, of course, used to be Robin. So, you know, even though he has that I'm carrying guns and I'll shoot you in the face kind of demeanor, he still maintains that nimbleness to him that you would expect from a Robin. And that's translated really well with this figure. And I really like it. You know, this is a good figure overall, which I guess the only thing that I would say is not good about it. It's just the fact, and it's not even with the figure, it's just the fact that he doesn't come with any guns. And you know, that's not the fault of McFarlane, that's not the fault of the designers or anything like that. That's a WB thing. But like I said, if you have some spare guns handy, toy guns handy, you can give them to Red Hood and you can kind of make it work. But just off the merits of what he comes with and what this figure is, it is a awesome thumbs up for me. You know, and honestly, if I had this figure before I did the video of my 5 favorite DC Multiverse figures that I own, he probably would have made the cut, you know, so it's a good figure. And if you have the original one, lucky you. All right, so that is it, you guys. And of course, I'm going to be getting some more of these DC Multiverse figures to check out and to review, because I'm still a really big fan of this line. And when I get those and do reviews on them, I'll make sure to post them up here and let you know about it. So again, thank you all so much for watching. Till next time, I'm Jeremy. Talk to you later.